That's a fact.
right? Because even in some ways, I'm privileged. In a lot of ways, I'm privileged to my friends, right? To my street friends. So if I chose that, even though I'm privileged, imagine what choices they felt that they had for themselves. And this goes to your poverty. This goes to your poverty, to not having, to think itself, like looking at the way you look at yourself in the mirror. What can I possibly be? I'm not one of those. So this is the life I have to choose. I have to make the best out of this. You don't add certain choices that are beneficial to your matrix. You don't even think about those because you don't view yourself that way. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So when she asks, is there a mental health or poverty? Now you're talking about the mental health part. I'm talking about the poverty part.
I coupled them together.
I can see how that makes you want to do crime.
Yes.
It makes you say, yo, this is my way. Fuck it.
I was having a conversation with Loon a couple months ago, and we were talking about poverty, and we were talking about the differences between men and women in impoverished situations. I said it is inbred in men and little boys from young that you have to take care, you have to protect, provide. So when you see your mom struggling, or you have to take care of your siblings and you realize that you can't get what you want or you can't get what you feel like you need, your natural way of solving that problem is the fast way. Streets, crime, money, I need it now. My mother need help with rent now. These lights need to be on now. We're hungry now. Everything is now. But for a woman in an impoverished situation, the way we think is one day. We don't think now. We think one day. So one day, I'm going to be able to make sure I have enough money that this will never happen to me. I'm going to make sure that I go to school. I'm going to make sure that I get these degrees. I'm going to make sure that I make this money so that one day I never have to deal with this again. And that's where the disparity happens between boys and girls in impoverished situations, because you hear about women that have made themselves into, in corporate situations, educated, entrepreneurs, whatever, coming from the same impoverished situations, but they had the patience to wait and cultivate and get their money to where it needs to be. So it's not going to continue to be them. But when little boys, everything is right now. I need it now. I need to hit the streets now. I need to be outside now. Fuck this school shit. This shit is going to take too long. I need money today.
I think there's something to be said about expectations too. We have higher expectations of our daughters scholastically, and if a young boy doesn't have expectations of being shit, then it's like he's not disappointing anybody if he chooses the street route. You know what I mean? There's something to be said about that, and about disappointment. Like, when I was talking about Caribbean parents before, like there's a lot of strict West Indian parents that you got to be a doctor,
yes.
lawyer, like
engineer.
That's it. Anything else, you a failure.
Yep.
So your level of expectations is high. A lot of those same kids was in the streets, but they was like, I can't really go that route. Like, I'm going to disappoint my family.
Right.
If you got a family system or structure that's nobody's expecting you to do anything, it's like, hey, man, I could be on the corner and it is what it is. I'm basically doing what my uncles did, what my dad did, and it's all good. Like, that's a problem too.
And it also goes back to the larger conversation when we speak about how daughters are raised. You raise your daughters. You make sure that you cultivate. You make sure that you pour in. Sons, they just be there. Like, it's like they get homie points from birth. There are not a lot of people in the hood that really raise their sons. They don't have high expectations for them. They don't, put them in certain brackets. They don't say, you can't do this, you can't do that. Like, it's so weird to me. And it's something that I don't really understand, but it's something that I've seen. I've seen brilliant children turn to gangs and violence. Yeah. Brilliant. They might be bad to some people, but they weren't bad to me. They wasn't bad to Miss D. They fucked with me. I fucked with them. I got you. I got you. We're gonna figure this out together. I'm gonna make sure that you get out of this building. I'm gonna make sure that you make it to high school. I'm gonna make sure. Like, I had I ran into one of my old students recently, and I said something to her. She was like, Miss D, I'm about to graduate. I'm mad happy. And I'm like, I'm happy for you, Sean. Like, that's what's up. And she was like, yeah. She was like, you used to tell me, like, stop fighting and all the rest of this stuff. She was like, it didn't click yet. She was like, but it clicked. She was like, I haven't had a fight in 2 years. Meanwhile, she used to be ragtagging bitches in the hallway just because. And I'm just like, yo, what the fuck? Like, can you chill?
Yeah.
But she was like, no, Miss D, like, I'm better now. That's the type of shit I want to see. I get all that from my girls. I get none of it from my boys.
Okay. I want to move this along a little bit. For one, I seen a little segue here, which is about parenting and being raised, and one of the topics that Dodge put into the notes. As far as growing up around your parents and your parents being strict, and your parents things that you were allowed to do versus things that you grew into and started doing anyway, right? Where were you with cursing around your parents? Like how at what point were you all right saying that, listen, I'm a grown ass man. It is what it is.
You know what's funny? I still don't curse around my parents. It's like, and that's just because when my mom's curses, she be like, oh, oops, like, cause she don't curse around me. I know she curse when I'm not there. She know I curse when I'm not, when she ain't there. But it's just this weird dynamic that I was raised on, and
Do you play music with cuss words in it and shit?
Yeah, I'll never forget when she was just joking around and she picked up my headphones one time. This was like back in the days, and like Redman was playing.
Oh my
and she
God.
was like bopping to it, and then she was like, her face was like, "What are you listening to?" You know what I mean? So it's like, she doesn't mind cursing, but not like filthy, like motherfucker this and all that. Like, you know what I mean? She's just not into that kind of cursing. But yeah, it's definitely a weird dynamic, and that kind of passed along to me. Now I don't curse in front of my kids for different reasons. More so because I want them to have a better vocabulary. And that's the same thing, when I teach middle school kids and we listening to hip hop and we talking about lyrics and stuff like that. I talk about vocabulary. Like, yo, there's other words that you could use other than nigga, fuck. Like, you know what I mean? So I don't think there's anything wrong with kids cursing. So I don't mind cursing in front of my older kid, but the younger one, you need to learn words.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All right, Dodge,
100%.
where were you with cursing
I don't
around
curse
your
in
dad?
front of my dad, my aunts, my uncles,
You don't?
grandparents, none of them. Absolutely not. Like, if I answer a phone call, I don't like my friends to curse around my family members. Like, if I'm like in a car with my dad and I get a FaceTime, depending on who it is, like if it's Thule, I'm in a car with my dad. Watch what you about to say. Oh, I watch your words. Like, Kim, I'm in a car with my dad. Watch what you about to say. She got a 2 curse word limit before I'll bang it on her. Not in front of my daddy.
I am the cursor.
But I don't understand like, it's very difficult for me because Gunna's the same. Him and his sister, they like curse around their moms and shit, and I just be like, what are y'all? Why?
But you're
Stop it.
wild anywhere else. Why put on a face in front of them?
Because
I don't understand.
I think it comes down to respect.
It isn't. That's it. What if they are like that? What if they promoted that?
My
atmosphere?
uncle curses like a sailor. I think the biggest curse word I ever said around him was ass. Because it is inbred in me, like, regardless of the fact that I am 32, almost 32 years old, that's still my elder. It's a respect thing.
I get
Because,
Do
like
you play
Traum
music
said
with-
when we
do
talk,
you play music with crazy curses and shit like
absolutely not. None of it. None of that shit. Everything is shut down, and it's not
that? But you live.
to
Your
put on
father
a
lives
face.
downstairs.
Yeah, but I got a speaker. I be blasting shit.
So that's what I'm saying. I know you don't just not play no curse words in your crib.
Yeah, I do, but I don't know if he can hear the exact words more than he could probably hear like the bass and the rhythm. We've been in the car, like when me and my dad is in the car, I'm playing Barris. I'm playing like Caribbean music. I'm playing soca music. Like, I'm not playing Jay-Z in a car with my dad. I would never.
Speaking of that, how was Father's Day?
What day was that?
That was Sunday.
Sunday? I was in bed all day, sick.
Didn't do anything for him.
No, I did. Of course. There's no way that I'm not going to do nothing for my daddy. I ordered him some stuff. I called him on FaceTime. We had a dope conversation. and I ordered him stuff, and I'm just like, hey, I have a couple of gifts coming to the house for you, which is crazy because I ordered him and Gunna their Father's Day gifts in May, and then they never showed up, and I had to get a
Was it from
refund. Huh?
Was it from China?
No, it was from this company. I'm not gonna say their name.
Instagram company?
No, they have an Instagram, but they're not an Instagram company.
Okay.
A vetted company that I was somebody told me about, and I ordered them some stuff, trying to beat the hustle and bustle of last minute because I don't like doing like last minute shit. And then a week before, I'm just like, hey, my package never came, and I'm emailing them back and forth, and they're like, I'm so sorry, I don't know what happened. I'm like, y'all niggas is trying to fuck up my daddy and my boyfriend Father's Day. Fuck y'all. So they refunded their money.
I like the effort.
They refunded the money, and I went and got them other things. So Gunna got a nice watch, a everyday watch that he can wear because he didn't have one. And then my dad got, he runs from my house to Prospect Park and back 3 days a week.
Jesus Christ.
So I got him some workout shirts so that he can run in them. And I got him a coffee mug with like a cute little saying on it that came from Parker.
Traum,
Yes.
how was your Father's Day?
It was excellent.
Excellent. That's a big word.
Yeah, huge word.
I mean, that's subjective. 'Cause what if I think the shit wasn't that dope? What if you say the shit and I'm just saying, that's cool.
There's no possible way you could say that.
All right, so what was it? What was it like?
I spent time with my oldest daughter for the first time in a year and a half.
Nice.
That's a big statement, bro.
Like, yeah, I shed a tear. My mom shed a tear. And so I surprised my whole family. Went to my parents' house.
Oh wait, start from the beginning. How this happen? Because she hasn't been. I know the story, so
Yeah.
it's been something that we've been delicate about speaking about on here, like because I know,
So yeah, if everybody
tell the
knows
story.
that the relationship with her mom isn't the best, so
Which is when he speaks about these things, he's coming from what we're talking about. Co-parenting and not letting you see, and 6:30 in the morning, and Safari and Eric Mena.
Yeah.
This man is sitting here trying to speak his truth without saying it because it's so delicate.
Yeah.
And there's people involved that he has love. So
He spoke about it briefly a few times,
it's like
but
heartache in real time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's one of those relationships where, to her core, she doesn't necessarily value the father's life. I mean, the father's role in the kid's life. So once you have that mindset, all your decisions after that are going to be like, you know what I mean?
Right.
You don't really need to see a kid. So that's been the story of my life, right? Fast forward, COVID happens. It's just another excuse to create that barrier. Now, granted, it's a huge excuse. I get it. Like, oh, okay, But, with COVID, it's like you're not supposed to be around large groups of people, but you're supposed to be with your family.
right.
But to her mom, I'm not considered immediate family. So it's like, well, you can't go with your dad. You know what I mean? So
That's
daughter,
crazy.
yeah, it's been a struggle, man. So,
That's crazy.
I've seen her in person, but like literally.
To her mom, the dad is not immediate family.
Yeah. So
And you just ate that.
like, what could I do legally?
Show up at a crib at 6:30 in the morning.
So I identify to all of the shit that we talk about with that. You know what I mean?
You just was like, fuck it. Because the way you chose was what you chose.
I've been there. I've taken her to court. I've won custody, visitation, I should say, not custody, full custody, but one visitation when there was problems with that. But it's like with COVID, it's like a lot of that is left up to the discretion of the guardian, the main guardian. You know what I mean? It's like, damn, legally you can't really do nothing. You know what I mean?
Especially with it being such a wild time.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna be like, yeah, you have to share spaces and shit like that.
Yeah. And then the courts were closed. Trust me, I know. They still closed.
So
I know.
Family court. You really trying to get in there? All right, go ahead, Traum.
So I was able to see my daughter, but like 6 feet social distancing outside, we would talk. Haven't hugged her in a year and a half. You know what I mean? Like, so finally, she's about to be 16. They made the vaccinations available. And I know this is ironic, right? That I was able to see her because of vaccinations. They made it available for kids between 12 and 15. She got vaccinated a week ago. I spoke to her about it. I was like, can we hang out? Can we go to dinner? Can we do something? It could be an outdoor restaurant.
Wow, you're gonna make me cry.
Whatever you feel comfortable with. She's like, okay, yeah, let me talk to my mom about it. And immediately I'm like, you know what I mean? But at this point, my mom couldn't say nothing. I remember I have conversations. I got the paper trail from a year and a half ago when I'm asking to see my daughter. She's like, I don't know, maybe when there's a vaccine or something. And this is when there's like no vaccine in sight. I'm fucking pissed. Now there's a vaccine. Now what you got to say? You know what I mean?
Nothing.
So
give me my baby.
I had to get my baby, right?
Aww.
So I didn't tell the rest of the family. Just picked her up, showed up to the house. Yo, my mom started crying. I started crying. You know what I mean? It was dope. So it was like, all we did was chill at my parents' crib. We had dinner. My brother and his family came. It was just perfect. Like, I ain't need nothing.
That's fire. Was Marley there?
Yeah.
Yay. I love that.
Yo, Marley, oh my God, when she saw her sister.
I
'cause
can
we surprised
only
Marley
imagine.
too, yeah.
I can only
'Cause Marley
imagine
was
how my
going through
girl
it
was
too.
jumping for joy.
Marley would be there with me for the 6 feet social distance visits. She's like, I can't hug my sister. She understands COVID, but it's like, I can't hug my sister. You know what I mean? It's been a year and a half.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you. I'm so happy. That's dope.
And now we having great conversations. You know, we're talking about taking trips. We got to make up for lost time. I mean, we have fire conversations. Like, she's just a dope person. Amazingly talented. Like, it's like, damn. You know, I was still in touch with her, but it's I'm not a phone person. Neither is she. We could talk, but it's a different energy. You know what I mean? When you in person, when you sit next to somebody and she's riding shotgun, we in a Jeep on the highway talking shit. You know what I mean?
Drop the top.
Yeah, drop the top. You know, Father's Day was beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So
I'm I don't know if I'm angry or furious. I'm serious. That's sad, bro.
It is. And from the perspective of your best friend, like, I know how I am with my best friends.
I want to hurt.
Y'all niggas
that guy.
violate. You violate my best friends. I'm ready to pop your motherfucking top. Like, I don't care about nothing. I don't care about life, family, career, nothing. Like, my best friends are family. So I get that. I can understand that because that's hurtful.
That's hurtful.
I cannot
I
Parker get on
remember.
my goddamn nerves, but I cannot not see that little girl's face for more than 24 hours. Like,
And this all he is a father.
yeah,
Like he's literally, he ain't a DJ no more. He hasn't dropped a mix in fucking.
3 months. 3 months and counting.
All he is a father. Like he's a father. And that's his firstborn.
A real
That was when
dad.
we knew he was an adult. Like he
Yep.
was like, yo, I'm about to have a kid.
16.
And she's there. Like Marley's 8. Marley's 7. 8.
yeah, she said.
Gator was around for 8 years before Marley was conceived. All the time that we've had with Marley, we've had with Kayla alone, without Marley. You know what I'm saying? And then with this, all of this, and it's been consistent. It's been consistent. And
But you
for her
have
to
never
use-
given up.
Her use COVID like that.
Yeah.
So I don't want to paint her out to be some
I do.
demon.
I know
So
you
here's
do.
the thing.
You gotta chill.
I have very
I see it in your face.
I have very harsh feelings towards her, but it's
She's
just
a beautiful woman. I just don't understand why she can't get past this to be like co-parent. Like,
right. So COVID with me, I knew that this was going to happen because she's been like this with things that are way more minor.
and you know what? Let me.
But I have to respect COVID. She has somebody in her household that's at risk,
Yeah.
and you
That's-
know what I mean.
that's Gator's
I had to respect her decision.
That's Gator's mom. I don't want to be disrespectful.
You know what I mean?
Pardon me. I'm sorry. And it's nothing but love. I hurt for a father and his child, and it's just something that you and I, and your family, you deserve respect as a mom, and I don't know you enough to make any judgment. So excuse me. This is literally just as a father to another father and my godchild. It's just pain. You know what I mean? And I feel that if you love your child, I love your child, and I know her father loves her child, and that's just what that is. It has nothing to do with you personally.
Yeah.
If you hear this, there's nothing but love and respect. I just hurt for a father and his child. Period. That's it.
I'm just happy that hopefully the worst is behind me, and I could make up for lost time, and you know what I mean.
Yeah. Let's. All right.
Yeah, so I had a steady relationship with my daughter for her whole life, but it had different ebbs and flows. It changed after she turned about 4 years old. Was when the relationship went sour with her mom. So co-parenting has been a struggle from 4 to 15. She's 15 now. It's always been a fight. You know what I mean? But I've always fought the fight, so there's always been a steady relationship. COVID was the only time where it's really been that drastic, where it's like, all right, I haven't hugged her in a year and a half. You know what I mean? We haven't gone out to eat. She hasn't been at my house. She hasn't spent quality time with her family. So COVID was really an extreme. It's been a challenge for the majority of her life, but COVID was definitely the extreme.
So,
how was your Father's Day? You can't skip your.
No. Where my friend at? I gotta move.
You gonna summon her? Yeah, call her up here. Call her little ass up here.
He's taking his daughter to homie court.
You got the soundboard?
I do.
We don't have. Where's the soundboard?
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Oh, I can't wait.
Let me see this thing.
I think it said you're gonna summon her.
Bacon. I don't think that this thing has any sound. I don't think that one has any sound, Bake.
While we wait, let me ask y'all: can you give your dad a belated Father's Day gift? I thought of like a fire gift
After
that
the fact.
day. I was like, oh.
I hate you,
I
Traum.
realized what he needed. You know what I mean?
That's how he moves.
I'm a
Yes.
terrible gift giver.
We know.
You're a terrible person.
But
Yeah,
I was
you
at
can.
the crib. He was like, he wanted to play some music, and he was trying to plug his phone into the speaker. I'm like, plug your phone? What do you mean? You're not doing that. We're going wireless. Like, you need a Bluetooth speaker. He's like, what's that? You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, that's
So
what I need.
don't call it a Father's Day gift because that's dumb. Just give your dad a gift because you want to give your dad a gift.
Okay.
You're not coming? She knows. I hit her already. She said she's coming. She's probably putting on her makeup in the bathroom. She has to do all of that extra shit. Just the extra shit that I have a problem with. Let me explain. Right? What is this? Is this has sound to it? I was invited to California 2-3 weeks ago. I told my son's mom, I told my mom, hey, I'm going to California. There's this event that I want to go to. Not only is it one of my closer friends from the West Coast, we've bonded through certain other issues, but there's some career things there that I'd like to just, mingle, right? Mm-hmm. And so on and so forth. I didn't have any plans. And notoriously, me and my daughter don't do much. I always have to pick her up. Hey, let's go do something and shit like that. She's a whole grown woman now. She's out living her life. I wasn't thinking about it too much. Right? I make...
Damn.
Why you came up here dressed in all black? You come over here and sit down.
Come.
Which mic?
You can come over here and sit down. I haven't started telling the story.
Come, slide over with me, Traum. And
But
then,
yeah,
go that way. And let the
This
next
is
one-
all right.
Hey, girl.
This is Holy Court. In the social shameless justice system, friendship-based offenses are considered especially heinous. These are their stories.
So, I don't know if you understand. Do you know what homie court is?
No. Court is just, that's the word that I'm hearing.
Everybody say hello to my child. She's here. This is Danae.
Hey, girl.
Nay Saitia. on Instagram. It's my heart. Do you know you're my heart? Do you know, like, you have to say it out loud? This is a podcast. You have to say things.
Yes, I'm very aware. I feel it.
Why niggas in the chat like, how you take your daughter to homie court?
It's my homie. Are you not my homie?
Yes.
So, I make these plans to go away to California.
Mm-hmm.
I come back from Cancun. My homie runs up on me. Hey, I've got this great idea. Now, what day is this?
Tuesday.
This is Tuesday. I got back Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday, she comes back. Now, I booked my ticket Monday to go to Cali.
Mm-hmm.
Are we good?
Mm-hmm. Can you say what weekend it was that you booked it for?
For Father's Day weekend.
Okay. Can you say that when you told me that you booked it?
Tuesday.
Okay. When were you going to tell me?
I wasn't.
Okay.
Are you a prosecutor?
No. You can proceed.
She came in hot, didn't she?
Yo, I love her.
I love her. You ready? Traum, why are you speaking to the other end of the mic? It's over there.
She got the mic.
All right.
It's tilting. You gotta speak into it. Closer.
She comes to me. She says, hey, me and my friends are going to Atlanta with our dads. My friends are all going to Atlanta with our dads. We have this thing out there. It's like a barbecue weekend. I want you to come.
Okay.
I'm like, what do you mean? You and your friends are like, can you explain this Father's Day thing?
Okay, so my friends that they all planned to go to Atlanta
When?
When did they plan it?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, they probably had it planned for some time.
When
but
did you know about it?
Like 2 weeks before.
Oh, before this Tuesday when you spoke to me.
Right.
So it's been
But,
about 3 weeks
okay,
before
right.
Father's Day.
So
So it's about 3 weeks before Father's Day.
you had plans to go to Mexico. So knowing my dad, I know when he gets back, he's not gonna be like, I'm not paying for no. I just did this. It was my girl's birthday. Like I'm spending a lot of money. I'm not doing that. We're gonna do something here for Father's Day. So I'm like, okay, to avoid that, I'm thinking about my father. I'm not even gonna bring it to him. I'm not. It's not that serious to me. I just came back from Georgia twice.
It's not that serious. And you just came back twice.
Excuse me.
Who made sure that you? All right, go ahead.
I let you talk, so it's like
No, but you were
Okay.
able to question while I was talking. I'm questioning you. I'm just making sure it's clarification. Association.
So,
You never heard of
yes,
that?
I knew 2 weeks before, but I didn't bring it to him because
You never said nothing.
I never said anything because
So
I
before
knew he
you
was
knew,
going
did I
to
tell you I was going to
Mexico?
Mexico? When did I tell you I was going to Mexico? Did I
don't
tell you I was going to
remember.
Mexico?
I don't remember. I
So
don't have
just like I didn't tell you
receipts
I was
for
going to
that.
Mexico because I was literally got back the week before and I never told you I was going to Mexico.
Right.
So the same way you knew 2 weeks before, you did not know I was
No,
going to
I know-
Mexico.
I knew you was
did
going to
not know I was
Mexico.
going to Mexico.
You had all your Zara stuff here and was like, yeah, I'm
I
going
picked that
away.
up the day before. I picked that up the day before.
It was not. It was like 3 days.
It was like 2
before.
days before.
See, you didn't even have your receipts together.
It was 2 days before.
You just said it was a day before.
It was 2 days before.
But
You said it was
alright.
3 days. We met in the middle. It's compromise. You know about compromise?
Okay.
So you knew 2 weeks before. That means you had ample time before you knew I had any plans. You never said anything.
Okay, I had a week.
And you
to tell
never said anything. So you never gave me time to plan. You never gave me time to think.
Okay.
Nothing.
All
You
right.
made up the choice on your own. Never even mentioned it. We talk all the time. Go ahead.
You didn't. You just said. I said what I said.
Okay,
it's
so
not
that's my go?
different. Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead. What's funny?
Everything.
I say to her, she's like, I want you to go with me to Atlanta with the fathers. I'm like, I don't want to be a prop. On
I
your
said we should go.
right.
We should go.
I'm not hanging with these fathers, even though I know 2 of them very well. One of them I grew up with. You know, kiddo.
Maybe by face.
And the other one is Nia's dad.
Nia's
dad.
dad.
He's fucking cool as shit. I think he's cool as shit. I love him to death. But I'm like, y'all have already made plans as a crew, and they're already
you go.
going, and now you're coming with me. Meanwhile, this one has never made any Father's Day plans before in life. So, like last year, I had to corral her and her friend to come over here and let me barbecue. Let's Father's Day barbecue. What? Is it a lie?
That is true.
That
It's a
is
lie?
not true.
She was here. Somebody was here. Somebody
I
was here.
asked him the day
And you left,
before.
actually.
Asked him the day before. I said, "What are we gonna do for Father's Day?" He's like,
The day before.
every year I ask him, "What are we gonna do for Father's Day?" He's
The
like,
day before.
I mean,
but I'm 20 now, so I can make plans for me and my father.
yes.
I was younger. I didn't like. I'm
I
just
respect
like,
that. I respect that.
you know.
I think
Okay.
you're a great kid. I think you failed.
I did not fail. If I fail, that means
I think you failed. Oh, wait, let me explain to you why you failed.
Nigga said if I failed, that means you failed.
That's fine.
Dad.
That's fine. Right. Right. Thanks.
So this nigga
Thanks,
really
best
never
friend.
on your fucking side. son. Your shit is crazy. Like, yo, you know how many times my friends be dead ass wrong in public? I be like, fuck out of here. She's right. You can't tell me shit. And then, yo, son, you
but
really
he's
did
my
fuck up.
godfather, so he can take my side.
Yep. Sorry.
Traum, you ain't never said that before. I never knew that until just now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's our godfather.
He's
he
never
does
said
things.
that
He's
before.
actually active. He's actually active.
I believe that because
He's
dad
actually
shit.
active.